Today on Drawbli, we are drawing?
Hands! I am drawing hands.
Abby's drawing hands.
This is my Drawbli.
Click that subscribe button if you are new around here.
And comment below with other ideas of things we can draw to get better.
Except for hands. You can't comment hands
Because
we're doing that right
literally
now.
just did that.
We'll never draw hands ever again.
Never.
Anyway, Abby's drawing in this one, and you're doing some hands?
Yes, so here's why. I drew some hands at work the other day with a pen.
Oh, those were really
Here they are.
good.
Yes, they're on the screen now. There's a couple of them anyway. And I enjoyed that. But what I've noticed is I have a much of an easier time drawing with a pen on paper than I do on the tablet screen.
And I will say that's very common.
Yeah, so even with our paper skin screen covers, my lines are much more wobbly. And you can see that especially here with the very first hands I'm doing here. And I gave myself actually a weird number, 7 minutes per picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't do like a bunch. I forget how many I did, maybe 10. But oh my goodness, these first hands in particular, very wobbly. Okay, on to the next one.
Oh, no, I love this. This is awesome. I would love to do something like this myself. I had no idea. You should have told me. We could have gone head to head in this.
Yeah, it would have been fun.
Just like our thumbnails and our gesturals.
Oh yeah. But
Look at you go! Wow.
I know, I'm so fast, right?
Oh wait, is this sped up?
It's a little sped up, just a little bit. But I think what's interesting is gradually, this one's still very sloppy and sketchy, as you can see. Gradually my lines get better, or at least I make time to go back and clean them up a little bit. But the whole point is I was tired of feeling like, I can never create good lines on the iPad.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So, well, not never, I should say. But I just want to work on this because I love drawing hands and I'd like to be able to be happy with the hands I draw on the iPad.
And you love drawing in this format, just working with lines.
Mm-hmm.
You did your mushroom dragons in this format, and a lot of other things. You started off this way with your wrestling boys, your rugby boys.
My rugby boys.
Shout out to the 3 rugby boys. My favorite Abby drawing of all time. And here we have some Sistine Chapel action going on.
Yep, gotta draw the Sistine Chapel hands.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to be really good at hands. I feel like when I
for sure.
Yeah, I feel like when I try to sit down and draw like an actual bigger artwork where the hands aren't the focus, the hands always cause me to slip up a lot. So just getting some extra hand practice in is not gonna hurt.
I genuinely think that is because hands take so long and people misinterpret that as them being bad at hands. So I think what happens is you end up spending so long on a piece and you spend, 5 hours on something and then you're like, oh, I gotta do the hands. And you're like, wait, these are turning out bad. And it's like, well, maybe you need to spend like 5 more hours on
hands alone.
Yeah, it's like...
oh my gosh, that's actually such a good point. Like, consider the hands to be their own artwork within the artwork.
Hands are second in difficulty to only faces.
I totally agree. Faces, very hard. Hands also very hard.
Hands have a lot of character. They have a lot of gesture. They have as much character like in one hand as an entire human figure can have. There's just so much going on there. Hands are so expressive. And they also have a really solid structure, like a really strong foundational form where each finger clearly has 3 segments, minus the thumb, of course.
And we really recognize when a hand is off.
Exactly, because we look at our, we see hands all the time.
Something you've told me is that when you're helping your students pick a reference image to base their sculpts on, you always remark that you tell them, like, hey, you can do hands on this thing, but just know that hands interacting with an object are very difficult compared to just a free-floating form of a hand.
Correct, yeah. So... did you do anything you did the one with the phone?
Yep, I did with the one with the phone, and I think there's a hand touching a wrist later on.
So I'm sure that this does apply to 2D, but I'm not sure how much more difficult it is compared to 3D. But specifically with 3D, and I can't really speak to 2D in this regard because I don't have as much experience, but in 3D, when you have a hand interacting with someone, or someone, something, anything, let's say gripping a baseball bat. That hand is not just wrapping around that baseball bat, but you have to sculpt how the skin pinches and folds while it grabs that thing. It compresses, it squeezes, like it makes a huge difference as opposed to just a hand sitting there making the exact same shape without the baseball bat being.
Yes, 100%.
So, with your experience from this exercise, could you speak to that at all? Did you feel like any of these were harder than any of the other ones? Like, was there one that you were like, that one was just crazy hard?
So I think what this exercise emphasized to me is really the importance of warming up. You hear really experienced and seasoned artists talk about, I was warming up. And your first reaction might be, why do they need to warm up? They're so cold? Seasoned. Yeah, but truly, like, once you start drawing your first stuff, and I'm not a seasoned artist, so I can't totally speak to that, but it is a little bit rougher.
Do you think it's a physical thing or like a headspace thing?
Probably both, but it's definitely got a physical element, at least to me. And this whole stretch of hands that I did throughout this exercise, this could be one long warm-up. Also, I wonder if body position matters, because I drew these scrunched up sitting on the bed.
Oh, absolutely.
Like in a slouched position with the iPad against my legs. Like being able
to get your whole arm into the ability to draw a line is it's supposed to be really important.
Yeah, so. I was very conscious of missing that through this, drawing from the wrists and fingers versus my whole arm. I should redo this sometime just on my own time. Nobody needs to watch me draw hands all over again.
Well, maybe we can do another head-to-head.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Or feet to feet. We could do a feet challenge.
Ooh, feet to feet. I like it. There was the one like easel tool that I showed you that you can inset into the or you can put the iPad in it. I don't remember what they're called, but do you remember what I'm talking about? Like the little table thing?
Yeah, I do.
So that's like the whole purpose of that is to be able to get your whole arm into the act of drawing on the tablet. Because the tablet is a relatively smaller drawing surface, you can kind of get into that zone where you're scrunched up on a couch or a chair or whatever.
Lately I've been wishing there was like Procreate that we could use on your Wacom tablet, because that'd be really fun
There is actually, and it's called Photoshop.
I don't think I could do that.
It's pretty much exactly the same.
I'm so reliant on the hand gestures at this point.
You have there's Krita, there's a million other different things that you could draw in or paint in on the computer. And you have a graphics tablet.
Yeah, but I want to draw on yours.
Yeah, I want the big Cintiq. I want to draw on the big screen.
Yeah.
It's so big.
It would be you could really get your whole arm into it. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, you could.
It'd be fun.
Well, maybe that could be a future video. You trying to paint in Photoshop or something.
Oh, yeah. Upgrade to the Cintiq.
Oh, gosh. No, I only have this tool because I purchased it because of ergonomics. I was hunched over smaller screens previously.
I was hunched over the iPad for this.
This is a tool that I would only recommend buying for someone that is professionally working in the industry or has been working in the industry for a while.
This is a tool that I would recommend becoming engaged to somebody that already has one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, marry somebody.
Yes. Marry into it. Marry into the Cintiq family.
Oh my God, get out of here. So with these hands, did you do all of these in one sitting?
No, I think it was 2 sittings. I think I got interrupted. But this is the last one.
So this...
And the best one.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Why is it the best one?
Because I was all warmed up now.
Ah, I see. So were these all done in one day, though? Mm-hmm. I would love to, we've talked about how we're starting to work on pieces a little longer, not necessarily giving us some time, a harsh time limit of 1 hour, which we only initially did so that we wouldn't, jump around and work on details. So we can just focus on what's important. Mm-hmm. But now we're starting to do that a little more. And I'm really excited to keep doing that and have that option to step away for a little bit and come back with fresh perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's been a huge benefit to both of us at this point, because initially we did half an hour together talking while
drawing
we
in real time, yeah.
Yes. And that was very hard. We have benefited so much by stepping away from that method. Here's all the hands.
They look so cool together.
Zoomed out especially, they look a lot better. Actually, my first one looks a lot better now.
Your first one does look they all look really good.
Oh, well, thank you.
I love seeing them all on screen at the same time. That's so fun. I love what you did with that hand on the right in the middle. That one there with like the shapes on the palm and on the backside of the thumb. Like representing some of the lines, wrinkles, some of the highlights even. It's just really cool. These are all awesome.
And now I'm that much better at hands.
Oh
Yay.
My gosh, I'm so far behind.
Gotta catch up to my wibbly wobbly hands.
I do need to catch up. I have my work cut out for me.
We both do. Keeping up with each other is a full-time job.
Well, hey, if you want a full-time job drawing, click that subscribe button.
And comment below with ideas of whatever else you think will make us better at this.
And this is the part where we say
goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, which is your favorite hand?
My favorite hand is the one on the right in the middle.
Yeah, that one does look better in hindsight now. I still like my last one best, a little.
I do like the bottom right, and I do like the one with the phone.
Yeah, the phone one now. I like that better too.
I like all of them.
Oh, me too. Thanks.